What is going on, guys? This is your main man Ben here, and we are Talk Active. I work in technology field as PC Tech Administrator Analyst for at least 10 years. I like cycling, boxing, outdoorsy things. We generally talk about current events, technology, sports, cryptocurrencies, or sometimes by request. We're regular people with factual experiences. It would be nice if you can contribute to the universe. Let's talk about it. What is going on with you guys, man? This is your main boy. Happy Thursday, guys. It's rainy here in Baltimore, and yes, we're back in town. The sniffing is back too. Oh man, pollen season is here, guys. Spring is just about to explode, but we just came back from vacation in Outer Banks, North Carolina, and it's one of the best, if you ask me, place to chill. Yes, we had fun. I had some links there if you want to check out Outer Banks, North Carolina. It's an amazing place. It's like a 6 hours drive away from Baltimore to North Carolina. You know, it's fun. You know, you just pass DC, Virginia, and then you backdoor. It's like an hour and 20 minutes from Virginia Beach. If you want a different perspective, check out Outer Banks, North Carolina. You got wild horses there in Corolla, and it's amazing if you can catch them, if you got 4x4. If not, then you're going to pay some money to have them, you know, to tourists and all that stuff. But today, guys, is Thursday. Amazing things we're going to talk about. It's going to be hybrid. The sniffing is back. I'm really sorry, guys. This is due to pollination in Maryland is one of the worst, if not the worst, pollen county here in America. But before we proceed, check this out real quick. Talk Active is sponsored in part by Nino Delossantos of Execuhome Realty, our preferred realtor in the state of Maryland. With over 15 years of real estate consulting and investing experience, he's the realtor that we trust. Call or text him today at 443-799-0100 for a free home buying or selling consultations. And if you are near San Francisco area, check out my boy JRA Woodworks and Serenity Scents by K. They make some awesome stuff. Woodworks, charcuterie, any tables, chairs, check them out. And diffusers by K. Amazing things, man. Relaxes you when you drive or chilling at home. Check this out. Yes, thank you for our sponsors, man. And today, guys, we're going to talk about some good things, man. And I know it is a little bit of bloody, if you ask me, in terms of cryptocurrency. Dang, why did I push that? But it is what it is. It's tanking, guys. And with that being said, I'll give you that quick hit right now. In coin market cap, Bitcoin is down 2.53%. Everything is red, but Bitcoin dominance is still up. Bitcoin clocking in at 43,745, Ethereum at 3,251, BNB at $434, Solana at 117, XRP at 0.78, Terra Luna at 106, Cardano at 109, Avalanche at 85.87. And that is our top 10. It's tanking. Everything is down. I hope you have made your stop losses if you are doing some kind of intricate trading. If you're in spot, you're good, man. Just chill, you know. There's only two types of trader, the gambler and the trader. So you know what I'm saying. If you got caught, then chill out. But if you are in different margin futures, I hope you have set up your stop losses because that is where, you know, the pain comes in. But moving on, what I think about the market moving in is that it's tanking. It's the global economy actually is tanking. Tank, when you say tank, Everything is going down. A lot of people are selling. Overall, what I think about it, in my honest opinion, it's not just about the cryptocurrency market. The global economy, the stock market is plunging. Futures is plunging. This is, I would say, in part of what is happening because of the war in Ukraine, in Russia. And speaking of that, it's affecting the global economy. That's about it. Now, both of these economies are contributing a lot in the world. Russia, for example, they second in the world that distributes oil from Europe to all across the country with the sanction. I mean, the world with the sanction that's put in to Russia. Then there's high gas prices. Obviously, when we went trip to North Carolina, we usually spend 120, $150 on our V6 vehicle. That's round trip. That's almost double that this trip. So we feel that as a traveler and as a family, minute things, but you would, you think that, I miss the previous administration, to be honest with you. That's just a fact. That's a fact. We feel it. Other people would bypass it, but yeah, this is what we get. Now, when we say tanking, a lot of things that is plunging, because of this war. Ukraine is one of the grain, wheat products, those food is stuck in there. They can't get it out because there's no way for safely transportation of those things. And news is that Russia are diverting their attacks. So they pulled back on attacks in Kiev, the main capital of Ukraine, but they diverted it into the other parts of Ukraine, which is the day 43 of Russian invasion. And yes, they have blown a couple of oil tankers in there, the supply tankers for fuel in Ukraine. And this is not going to be a cakewalk like what everybody's thinking. But I hope, man, peace will prevail, and hopefully there will be an end to this because lives are at stake. Father and sons and brothers are been taken away, even daughters. But other than that, guys, we moving on. If you have seen the NCAA basketball, North Carolina versus Kansas, man, what a game. I watched that when we were in Outer Banks, and I was like, oh, first half, I was like, oh, man, North Carolina banking this already. And then they got the win. They got like a 14-point, maybe 15-point lead. And then they blew it out, and Kansas came back in the second half. They won by 3 points, and that was amazing. But Armando Bacot, I think I feel bad for him. He's the big man in North Carolina. He went out like critical time, like 30 or 45 seconds left. He had a previous, injury on his ankle. I saw that when they beat the Blue Devils, and it is what it is. But you get your chance, champ. And one last thing here, guys. Lakers is out of the playoffs, so. What do you expect, man? I mean, this is the young man's game. There's a lot of veterans in that team, but given that they have started more, Anthony Davis says they are started more starting lineups than winning this year. That just is a testament that they are not in the same page. If you start a lot of starting lineups more than you played, then that is not a good look at all. But it is what it is, man. I mean, what can you do? They're out. That's what it is. And we are moving as well. But today, guys, episode 74, we're going to talk about some things here. A little bit of good stuff, if you ask me. Episode 74, look forward to change opinions. Okay, this is what we're going to talk about. And let us get into it. Have you ever played a relay message game where a person gives a message, the first one in line, and pass that message behind that person in line, and in the last line gets the message? So it's like, one line, maybe 10, 15 people. The game starts in the first line. Person tells, hey, this is the message two sentence, maybe if you're brutal, or maybe just one sentence. The message is passed from the first one all the way down to the last person, and you imagine what happens next. How many times did you see that message given from the first person is correct translated to the one who received in the last line? A lot of us will say like, oh man, that wasn't the message that was relayed. It changed. What happened during that relay of the message? How often do we begin some projects and exactly we know how it ends? In work, personal projects, any hiccups in the middle, any challenges, opportunities, or hindrances in the middle. How many times did we expect things go accordingly as we planned? It doesn't work out like that. How often do we meet people and think we know exactly who this people is or are and what they are? Something to think about, right? Let's look at this angle. How many times we get it right? Let's discuss. First and foremost, let's talk about infidelity. I know we're touching things in here, but infidelity, if you are in a relationship, then you step out of that contract between you, your partner, and you seek for another, attention or, relationship. That's infidelity, basically. How do you react on that one? Unable to sustain relationship, unable to hold on to that, divine contract between man and God. It's a recycled mistakes. We're not judging anything in here, guys, but how many times we encountered that? How many times you looked at it and how many times you saw it coming, but yet we do not make any changes and we do not make any adjustments and learn from it, And this is why, my friends, we must fight for biases and preconceptions. Why is that? Because they are liability. These are liability. Let's ask ourselves, what haven't I considered? Why is this thing the way it is? Am I part of the problem or am I part of the solution? Why are we talking about the look forward to change opinions? It's because if we prepared to honor what you do not know and accept it, it's said that against the knowledge you actually have. Remember, if there's one core teaching at the heart of this philosophy, is that we are not as smart and as wise as we'd like to think we are. So there are chances in life, in projects that we think we know. And that would be the sacred belief that we do. That this is the period. This is what I think. And that is the critical mistakes. Because if something changed in the middle, that's our own opinion and we put a dot in it, then there will be no change for that. It's like violation in life if you change your opinion. And this is why we're pointing at in that spectrum. Because if we don't want to become wise, comes from the questioning and from humility. Not, as many would like to think, from certainty, mistrust, and arrogance. I mean, if your opinion is like, would come up as, I think the world is flat. That's it. But you know that when you zoom out, Earth is round and there's satellites and you travel it and you see that people goes into with evidences that the Earth is round, then your opinion can change. Oh, it's not flat. With all the evidences laid out, it's not flat. It's round. Actually, it's round. So that's acceptance. But if your arrogance stands in the way and you keep on, believing just what you believe in, that's the end of the line, and that would be the cap of the growth that we are talking about here. So that being said, I didn't know why I pushed that one. That being said, as one of the greatest philosopher named Epictetus, these people are so great in the history of humanity. There are two things that must be rooted out in human beings: arrogant opinion and mistrust. Arrogant opinion expects that there is nothing further needed, and mistrust assumes that under the torrent of circumstance, there can be no happiness. I hope y'all all have a chance to reflect, we grow together, and be happy. Once again, guys, thank you for watching. This is your main boy. Always remember, God is good all the time. Elden Ring is amazing. Peace out.